What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. As always, so glad to have you lovely folks on the channel. On today's episode, we'll be looking at what are the key elements to designing a great online e-commerce store for your fashion brand. What are the specific things that you should be including? We'll be going through what types of menus to include, what types of information to include, what types of imagery to include to create a website that feels on brand, that is easy for customers to navigate, that encourages them to actually make a purchase and streamlines that entire process from A to Z, leaving the customer with a great impression of your product and leading to higher sales because they feel more encouraged to add more items to cart and to check out with those items. So if you're struggling, if you're wondering what is the core blueprint to designing a great quality website for my brand, well, this is the episode for you. Welcome to Fittdesign TV. Are you interested in sports fashion, design, and manufacturing? Are you establishing your own brand? You're looking good. Anthony, how are we doing? Do you want to? Thank you. Well, you've come to the right place. Lights, camera, action. We'll list out the essentials that a great quality website needs to have. And that's going to start off by having great quality imagery. Imagery comes in two core formats, in video and in actual photography formats. Your imagery, as we discussed before, should be well lit with even lighting, nothing too contrasted or thematic. It should represent colors well, and the products should be showcased as opposed to the models being the forefront of what is being showcased. The attention should always be on the models. Also, consider giving videos, whether you're on the core product page, consider giving a 360 video showcasing the product, or if you're on the homepage, consider adding a nice story video that showcases what the brand is about, what it stands for, or what the theme or what the collection is about and what that collection stands for. Videos are a great way to up the production value of your collection, to get a stronger and deeper message into the hearts of your customers, and to quickly and effectively communicate what makes your collection special and what products customers should be focusing on. It's important to never understate how much of an influence imagery and videos have on a customer's purchasing decision. You can have the best quality products in the world with a brand that is highly tailored and highly specific to your target market, and you could have done all of the effort to get the customer on your website. But if the imagery does not match that, if the imagery does not help you to sell the brand, you're going to turn off customers, because poor quality imagery typically comes down to a brand that doesn't care. And even if that's not so, that's the impression the customer is going to get from your imagery. The second feature that you need to have is a live chat button. You can use a ton of different companies out there that allow you and afford you that opportunity. Whether you encourage customers to communicate with you through crisp chat or through WhatsApp, giving customers the ability to immediately get on a chat with a customer rep is key. This gives customers the ability to know, if I want to have a question answered instantaneously, I can. At the end of the day, we understand that for a lot of customers, purchasing is an emotional decision, and typically it's an impulsive decision. You don't want them to have to delay that decision to later on because they may never end up making that decision. If they're ready to purchase right now, but they have that small caveat of a question, you can push them over the edge by actually answering those questions right there on the spot. I know this because this is the same sales techniques that we employ in our own fashion brand and in our own design agency. We provide on-demand support and on-demand question support to any customers that land on our website. And they are greeted by this crisp chat. It's a blue icon that allows them to chat with us immediately. The messages go directly to our sales reps and they're able to answer any and all questions they have right on the spot, encouraging them to make a decision and proving to them that our customer sales or our customer service is second to none. Next up is your About Us. Brands are made up of stories, and stories are made up of the people that are involved in these brands. And About Us is not just a chance to showcase the unique set of circumstances that led your brand to be, but it's a way to emotionally connect with your customers. You are unique and you are special in that you have made something that no one else can make, because you're infusing it with your own identity, with your own personality, with your own dreams and aspirations. Give customers a way to buy into this. And About Us doesn't have to be lengthy, it doesn't have to be your entire life story, but it should be the core fundamentals. For example, my brand, Fittdesign, was focused on allowing me to take my passion for design and bring it to the masses in a way that it was catered through sportswear design and manufacturing. This is who I am, and this is the unique set of circumstances that led me to create this company and serve my customers. Next up is the FAQ. At the end of the day, your customers are going to have questions that are going to be continuously recurring. Sure, having a live chat gives them the ability to ask those questions. But what if you have the same question recurring over and over and over? Well, chances are that's a frequently asked question. It could be beneficial to have a section on the website that has a series of 10 to 15 of the core questions that you receive or that you know you'll receive on a day-to-day basis and have them answered right off the bat. No need to have customers go through the hassle of contacting you via email or through the chat. Just answer the question right there. A great way to implement this is to have a drop-down menu where you have the questions in a very succinct and clear format, and as they press on the question, it drops down and gives them the answer. For fashion brands, many FAQs are going to be things like, do you offer international shipping? Do you offer returns? What if I have an issue with my sizing? What if I have an issue with XYZ? You can go and search a ton of different questions by looking at some of the top tier brands out there to see what other customers are dealing with, so that way you can get ahead of the curve right off the bat. For a lot of customers, a lack of transparency with shipping terms and shipping sort of rates will come down to a dissatisfied customer. So make sure, give them estimated rates, whether they're shipping domestically or internationally. Also, at which level do they benefit from free shipping? Be clear about your shipping terms so you don't leave any unnecessary or unflattering surprises down the line that could potentially sour an already great customer experience. You need to have in some area of the website a clear indication of which payment gateways you accept. If a customer is purchasing with you online, they need to know, what payment options do I have? Am I able to pay by credit card? If so, which card suppliers do you actually support? Is it Amex? Is it Visa? Is it MasterCard? If you support third-party lenders, then which lenders do you support? Is it Klarna? What options do I have to pay other than with Visa? Do I have the option to pay with PayPal, with Apple Pay? Believe it or not, the payment options that you provide can drastically enhance your customers' retention and your customers' conversion. Customers want to know that they have the peace of mind necessary to make a purchase, knowing that they're protected if push comes to shove. And by offering them a multitude of different options, though it may be difficult from your side to have to set up with these different merchants or these different payment gateways, it is something that will bear a lot of fruit and something that a lot of brands don't bother doing. So take the advantage and offer as many payment systems as you can, well within reason. Next up, you definitely need to have a robust filtration system and search system. It's a great option to have a search system that is dynamic. So as your customers are typing into the search bar, you immediately get a loading of suggestions. This is going to do two things. If your customer doesn't really know exactly what they want, they sort of have an idea, they may be searching for a sports bra, by typing into the search bar and having it dynamically update with a drop down of all available options with images nearby. It gives them the opportunity to start to narrow down the products that they're looking for and opens up the doors to potential products. It leads out the guesswork and it could potentially turn a non-purchase into a purchase. At the same time, a robust filtration system where they can filter by color, by size, by price, allows them to narrow down their selection. So that way, if you have a brand or a collection that has a multitude of different pieces, it may be overwhelming to a first-time customer that doesn't really know what they want and what they don't want. The ability to filter down into something specific gives them the ability to hone in on 1 or 2 or 3 unique items that are much closer to what they have been looking for, as opposed to getting overwhelmed by things that they don't want and eventually getting turned off and clicking away from the website. Gift options are a big piece of the puzzle when it comes to making and enhancing the customer experience. It's not a necessity, but if you're able to offer it, offering gift options, especially around the times of the years where most people are likely to want to offer gifts, comes in handy. It just is one less thing, one less hassle that the customer has to think of. They know that once the brand or once the product is shipped, they don't have to rewrap it and then reship it. They can directly ship it to whoever they're gifting it to. Make sure you have adequate product information. Product information is going to be key towards allowing customers to be informed about what the product is, what are the unique features of it, and if this is something that satisfies what they're looking for. Images are great, but also consider having clear, concise titles, descriptive descriptions that allow you to supplement those titles, availability of what fabrics are present, the unique features of the products, and ultimately, what sizes are available and what colorways are available in a way that's clear and concise. If you're able to offer returns, then this needs to be adequately communicated in a way that's concise on the product page. Offering returns is a major plus if you can afford it and you can implement it into your pricing strategy. If you are able to offer it, then this is a major key towards customer retention and getting first-time customers to actually make the purchase, because they know if they don't like the product, or if they don't like the service, or if they don't have, or they haven't ordered the right size, then they can rest assured that they have a recourse to make an exchange or return the item altogether. Sure, this may not be favorable, but we're playing the long game here as fashion brands. We want to grab the customer's attention, we want to get them to make the purchase, and we want to earn their loyalty long term. So what's the drawback if we lose a little bit of money on an initial order if we're able to capture that customer and retain them long term? It's a win-win for both parties. Consider adding a review system. A review system should have 4 main elements. 1, it should have an easy to understand rating system, whether it's 1 to 5 stars, whether it's 5 happy spaces, whether it's 1 to 10. Make sure that it's easy to understand and it is right there front and center. Also, consider allowing customers to add actual images of themselves in the products or the products themselves. Having imagery is not only going to help to capture your customers' attention, but also it helps to provide social proof. Consider as well adding in the names of the customer. By humanizing the customers as opposed to having them as anonymous 136 or whatever it may be, allows other customers to know that other people have bought in from this brand and they've had such a good experience, or they've had enough of a good experience that they felt the need to leave a review. Lastly, in this review system is to have the ability to provide a short description that gives detailed feedback on what customers liked or what they didn't like so much. Don't be afraid if there's issues with your reviews. At the end of the day, not all brands and not all products within the same brand are going to be perfect. Having a great balance of 99% or 95% great stellar reviews and maybe 5% that is constructive feedback could come in handy. It shows other customers that, sure, this is not a mirage. These are not formulaic or formulated reviews. These are real reviews by real people, some of which sometimes may not have the best experience, and that's fine. You're a brand and you're always working on becoming better and learning from previous experience and previous mistakes. Having a wish list option is a great way to entice customers to add products to their wish list. By tying in this wish list with a newsletter system or an email campaign system, you're able at a later time, once the customer's cooled off and maybe they've made a purchase or two, to remind them of the items that were in their wish list. A wish list is sort of a pledge from a customer to come back at a later time to purchase those items. It's a way for them to say that I'm extremely interested in this product, but at the moment it may not fit my lifestyle or my budget, but that's fine. Consider reminding me about them in the future. It's a win-win for both parties. The customer gets a product that they want, and you make a sale that you may not have made again. Last but not least is a proper and robust shipping calculator. Whether you're shipping domestically or you're shipping internationally overseas, having a shipping calculator that allows customers to know what they can expect to pay on a specific order gives them the clarity and the peace of mind that they need to go ahead and make the purchase. Believe me when I say, the last thing that you want is to go through the entire arduous process of getting a customer to land on your website, getting them to navigate your products, designing a collection that is so robust and so enhanced that they actually go ahead and make the purchase, only to have them back out because a shipping cost is not what they expected. Be transparent about everything upfront and your customers will pay you back tenfold. A shipping calculator allows them to know what they're getting themselves into, and it saves you the hassle of going through that process only to lose a customer down the line. Well guys, that's it. That is a wrap on this episode. This has been my technical feature list that you need to have on your website. If you don't have all of these elements on your website at the moment, no need to worry, you can always add them down the line. Also, if you're looking for a strong and competent team to help you to design and curate a great quality customer website experience, then our team at Fittdesign can help you. You can check the link in the description. We have our contact email, studio@fittdesign.com. We have a team of talented web designers and web developers, and we've designed and developed over 500 websites over the last 7 years, specifically for our e-commerce clients. Who knows your products better than we do? At the end of the day, we're the designers, and we work with you in collaboration to help you build an effective website that's meant to convert your customers, that's meant to enhance your customer experience, and is meant to project your brand in a way that is next level. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider smashing a massive thumbs up. It really does help us out. It always keeps us motivated to keep pumping out this content for you. Until next time, stay awesome.